Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to you about the most powerful yet often underestimated gift you have been giving your mind. It is not just a part of your body, it is the headquarters of your life, the control tower of your destiny. That everything you are, everything you will ever be, begins with what happens in your mind. Let me remind you, thoughts are the seeds of your future. Every action begins with a thought. Every achievement, every failure, every breakthrough, it all starts here. Then what you meditate on consistently will manifest in your life. If your mind is filled with fear, doubt, and negativity, your life will reflect that chaos. But if you fill your mind with faith, vision, and purpose, there is nothing you cannot achieve. Guard your thoughts. Just as a farmer protects their crops from weeds, you must protect your mind from toxic influences, television, conversations, social media. These are the voices competing for control of your thoughts. Be intentional. Feed your mind with what empowers you, not what enslaves you. Transformation begins with a decision to renew your mind. Too often, we are trapped by patterns of thinking that limit us. Someone told you that you weren't smart enough, talented enough, or worthy enough, and you believed them. But let me tell you something. You are not the labels others have put on you. You are what you decide to become. To renew your mind, you must learn to unlearn. Unlearn the lies. Unlearn the negativity. Replace them with truths that elevate you. Every day, take time to meditate, reflect, and focus on where you want your life to geodot your mind as a creative force. So what you imagine, you create. If you see yourself as a victim, you will live a life of defeat. But if you see yourself as a victor, you will conquer mountains. Success is not determined by your circumstances, it is determined by your mindset. I think of a thermostat. It doesn't conform to the temperature around it, it sets the temperature. Your mind is the thermostat of your life. When you set your thoughts on abundance, peace, and purpose, your actions will rise to that level. Thus, when you set your thoughts on scarcity and fear, your life will descend into those depths. That the mind is powerful, but it is also fragile. It needs discipline. A mind left unchecked will wander into territories of doubt and distraction. You must train your mind as a runner trains for a marathon. Focus, discipline, consistency. Set your priorities. Decide what deserves your mental energy and what does not. Worry is a misuse of your imagination. Fear is a thief of your potential. Refuse to entertain them. Instead, focus on what uplifts you. Finally, understand this: the greatest battles you will ever face are not external, they are internal. The battle for your future is won or lost in your mind. No enemy is more dangerous than a negative mindset, but no ally is more powerful than a mindset on purpose. So rise up and take charge of your thoughts. See yourself as capable, worthy, and destined for greatness. Your mind is your greatest weapon. Sharpen it, protect it, and use it to create the life you were born to live. The power of thought is an extraordinary force, often underestimated in its capacity to shape our lives, our decisions, and ultimately our destiny. Thoughts are the foundation of all human experience. They precede action, fuel emotions, and construct the framework of our beliefs. Everything begins in the mind, from the smallest personal achievement to the grandest collective accomplishments of humanity. What we think becomes the blueprint for what we do, and what we do creates the reality we live in. Imagine for a moment the process of building a home. The foundation is carefully planned, every wall, every window, every door meticulously laid out before a single brick is placed. The mind works in much the same way. Thoughts are the architectural plans of our lives. When they are positive, focused, and constructive, they create the conditions for success, happiness, and fulfillment. Conversely, when thoughts are negative, chaotic, or limited, they undermine the stability of the structure we are trying to build. The power of thought is such that even the seemingly impossible can become achievable, provided the mind believes it to be so. History is filled with examples of individuals who harness the power of thought to defy expectations and transcend limitations. Consider the innovators, visionaries, and leaders who have shaped the course of history. Their journeys often began not with resources, connections, or even opportunities, but with a thought, a single profound belief that they could create something extraordinary. They nurtured that thought, protected it from doubt and negativity, and allowed it to grow until it became an unshakable conviction. That conviction became the catalyst for action, and their actions changed the world. Thoughts have a magnetic quality. What you focus on consistently tends to manifest in your life. When your thoughts are centered on abundance, opportunities seem to appear. When they are dominated by scarcity, obstacles multiply. This is not a matter of magic or wishful thinking. It is the natural consequence of how the mind directs attention and effort. When you believe something is possible, your mind begins to look for ways to make it happen. It becomes attuned to opportunities that align with your belief. The opposite is also true. A mind filled with doubt will find reasons to confirm that doubt, reinforcing a cycle of inaction and fear. The power of thought is also evident in how it influences emotions and behavior. Thoughts are not isolated. They ripple through every aspect of your being. Consider the difference between waking up and telling yourself today is going to be a great day versus I just hope I can survive today. The first thought sets a tone of optimism and possibility. It primes your mind to notice positive moments, to embrace challenges with energy, and to interact with others in a way that invites collaboration and joy. The second thought, however, casts a shadow over everything that follows. It predisposes you to see difficulties as insurmountable, to feel overwhelmed before the day has even begun. As your thoughts are also contagious, they influence not only your own state of mind, but also the energy you bring to those around you. Have you ever been in the presence of someone who radiates positivity and confidence? Their energy is uplifting, encouraging you to rise to their level. Conversely, the negativity of a pessimistic person can drain the room of its vitality. This is the power of thought at work. That your mindset not only shapes your internal world, but also impacts the environment and the people you encounter. Then one of the most remarkable aspects of thought is its ability to transform adversity into opportunity. Challenges are a part of life. They are unavoidable. Yet the way you think about those challenges determines whether they will defeat you or strengthen you. Any person with a constructive mindset sees obstacles as stepping stones, not roadblocks. They understand that difficulties can be a source of growth and innovation. Their thoughts frame setbacks as temporary, as lessons to be learned, rather than reasons to give up. This shift in perspective often leads to breakthroughs that would have been impossible without the initial challenge. However, the power of thought is not automatic. It must be cultivated and disciplined. The mind is like a garden, and thoughts are its seeds. If you allow weeds, negative thoughts, doubts, fears to take root, they will choke out the potential for growth. But if you nurture positive, empowering thoughts, they will flourish and bear fruit. This requires effort and intentionality. It means choosing what to focus on, even when circumstances are difficult. It means rejecting thoughts that do not serve you and replacing them with ones that align with your goals and values. The words we speak to ourselves matter immensely. Inner dialogue is a reflection of our thoughts, and it has the power to either build us up or tear us down. When you tell yourself, I can do this, you activate your inner resources and reinforce a belief in your ability to succeed. Because when you tell yourself, I'm not good enough, you create mental barriers that prevent you from even trying. The power of thought is not just in what you think, but in what you repeat to yourself over and over again. Those repeated thoughts become your reality. And the male is papi says no order. Thoughts are also a bridge between the conscious and the subconscious mind. While the conscious mind is analytical and deliberate, the subconscious mind is emotional and automatic. The thoughts you dwell on consciously eventually seep into your subconscious, where they shape your habits, instincts, and reactions. This is why it is so important to monitor what you think about most of the time. Your dominant thoughts become your beliefs, and your beliefs dictate your behavior. The power of thought extends beyond the individual. It has a collective impact on families, communities, and even societies. Consider the movements and revolutions that have changed the course of history. They began with an idea, a thought in the mind of a single individual or a small group of people. That thought spread, inspiring others, and grew into a shared vision. It is a testament to how powerful thoughts can be when they are aligned with purpose and fueled by conviction. And on a personal level, the power of thought is the key to self-mastery. It allows you to rise above circumstances, to remain steady in the face of uncertainty, and to create a life that reflects your highest potential. It is not about denying reality, but about choosing how you respond to it. Your thoughts give you the ability to rewrite your narrative, to see possibilities where others see limitations, and to find strength within yourself when external support is lacking. The mind is not static. It is constantly evolving, adapting, and growing. This means the power of thought is not limited by where you are today. It can be harnessed to shape a better tomorrow. It requires awareness, effort, and a willingness to challenge old patterns of thinking. It requires faith in the unseen and a commitment to persist even when the results are not immediate. The power of thought is a tool, a gift, and a responsibility. It holds the potential to unlock doors that seem permanently closed, to overcome barriers that appear insurmountable, and to create a future that aligns with your deepest aspirations. By recognizing and embracing this power, you can take control of your life in ways you never imagined possible. Renewing your mind is one of the most transformative and empowering decisions you can make in your life. It is a process of letting go of old limiting beliefs and replacing them with thoughts that uplift, inspire, and propel you towards your purpose. The human mind is a remarkable tool, capable of immense creativity, problem solving, and innovation. Yet it is also highly susceptible to conditioning. From the moment we are born, we are influenced by our environment, the words spoken to us, the experiences we endure, and the culture around us. Over time, these influences shape our mindset, often without us even realizing it. Many of the thoughts that govern our lives are not chosen intentionally. They are inherited from others, family, teachers, peers, or society at large. Perhaps someone told you that you weren't good enough, smart enough, or capable enough, and without questioning it, you accepted it as truth. Perhaps you faced failures or setbacks and allowed them to define your potential. These thoughts can become like chains, holding you back from achieving the life you were meant to live. But the good news is that your mind is not fixed. It is malleable, adaptable, and capable of change. The process of renewing your mind begins with recognizing the thoughts that no longer serve you and making a deliberate effort to replace them with ones that align with your highest self. As renewing your mind requires awareness, you must become conscious of the patterns of thinking that dominate your life. This is not always easy, as many of these patterns operate in the background, influencing your decisions and emotions without your explicit awareness. And it takes courage and honesty to confront these thoughts, especially when they are deeply ingrained. You may realize that some of your beliefs about yourself, others, or the world are based on fear, insecurity, or misinformation. These realizations can be uncomfortable, but they are also the first step toward liberation. Once you are aware of the thoughts that need to change, the next step is to challenge them. Just because a thought feels true does not mean it is true. For example, you might believe, I will never succeed because I failed so many times. On the surface, this thought might seem logical, especially if you have a history of setbacks. But when you examine it more closely, you realize that failure is not a permanent state. It is a stepping stone to growth and learning. The thought that you will never succeed is not out of fact, it is an interpretation. By challenging such interpretations, you begin to break free from their hold. How renewing your mind also involves choosing what to focus on. The human brain has an incredible ability to adapt and rewire itself based on what it repeatedly encounters. This phenomenon known as neuroplasticity means that the more you focus on a particular thought or belief, the stronger it becomes. If you consistently dwell on negativity, fear, or doubt, those pathways in your brain become more entrenched, making it harder to think differently. Conversely, if you focus on positivity, gratitude, and possibility, you begin to rewire your brain for success and happiness. That one powerful way to renew your mind is through affirmations. These are positive, intentional statements that counteract negative beliefs. When you repeatedly affirm truths such as I am capable, I am worthy, or I am resilient, you begin to internalize them. At first, these affirmations may feel strange or even false, especially if they contradict long-held negative beliefs. But over time, as you continue to affirm them, they become part of your mental framework. They shift the way you see yourself and the world around you. Another essential aspect of renewing your mind is the practice of gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking in your life to what is abundant. It helps you see the good that already exists, even in the midst of challenges. Because when you train your mind to look for things to be grateful for, you create a positive feedback loop. Gratitude breeds contentment. Contentment breeds joy, and joy breeds a mindset that attracts even more reasons to be grateful. This simple practice can have profound effects on your mental and emotional well-being. As renewing your mind also involves a willingness to unlearn. Many of the beliefs we hold onto are rooted in past experiences that are no longer relevant to our current reality. For example, you may have been told as a child that asking for help is a sign of weakness. While this belief may have served a purpose in a specific context, it can now be limiting your ability to collaborate, build relationships, or grow. To renew your mind, you must identify these outdated beliefs and replace them with ones that serve your present goals and aspirations. The people you surround yourself with play a significant role in your ability to renew your mind. Negative, critical, or toxic individuals can reinforce limiting beliefs and make it harder for you to change your thinking. On the other hand, supportive, inspiring, and uplifting people can encourage you to see possibilities and embrace growth. Be intentional about the voices you allow into your life. Seek out mentors, friends, and communities that align with the mindset you are trying to cultivate. Their influence can help reinforce your efforts and keep you accountable. Renewing your mind also requires patience. Change does not happen overnight. Just as it took years for certain patterns of thinking to take root, it will take time to establish new ones. There will be moments when you fall back into old habits, and that's okay. The key is to remain committed to the process, celebrate small victories along the way, and remind yourself that every step forward is progress, no matter how small it may seem. Meditation and mindfulness are valuable tools for renewing your mind. These practices help you become more aware of your thoughts and create space between stimulus and response. When you meditate, you learn to observe your thoughts without judgment. This awareness allows you to recognize negative patterns and choose whether to engage with them or let them go. Over time, mindfulness helps you develop greater control over your mental state, enabling you to respond to challenges with clarity and composure. Now, renewing your mind is not just about eliminating negativity, it is also about cultivating positivity. Fill your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and ideas that expand your horizons. Read books that challenge your perspective, listen to podcasts that inspire you, and watch content that uplifts your spirit. The more you expose yourself to empowering ideas, the more they become part of your thought process. Ultimately, renewing your mind is an ongoing journey. It is not something you do once and forget about. Life will constantly present new challenges and with them new opportunities to grow and adapt your mindset. But each time you face a difficulty, you have a choice to let it reinforce old patterns of thinking or to use it as a catalyst for renewal. With each choice, you become stronger, more resilient, and more aligned with your true potential. The mind shapes your world in ways that are both profound and subtle. It serves as the lens through which you perceive, interpret, and engage with everything around you. Every experience, every interaction, and every decision is filtered through the mind, making it the central force that determines the quality of your life. This shaping power of the mind is not merely about perception, but extends to the actual construction of your reality. So what you consistently think about, believe, and focus on becomes the foundation of your external circumstance, whether consciously or unconsciously. At the heart of this phenomenon is the principle that your thoughts create your reality. The mind, though intangible, is incredibly powerful in influencing tangible outcomes. When you hold certain beliefs about yourself, others, or the world, those beliefs act as self-fulfilling processes. For instance, if you believe that opportunities are scarce, you will subconsciously behave in ways that confirm that belief. You might overlook possibilities that are right in front of you or sabotage your chances of success. On the other hand, if you believe that abundance is everywhere, you are more likely to notice opportunities, take risks, and act with confidence, which often leads to better outcomes. The way your mind shapes your world can be likened to the work of an artist. Your thoughts are the brushstrokes, your beliefs are the colors, and your focus determines the composition of the painting. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, fear, and negativity, the picture you create will reflect those emotions, dark and restrictive. Conversely, if your thoughts are imbued with hope, optimism, and gratitude, the painting will be vibrant and expansive. The mind does not passively observe the world, it actively participates in creating it. Now, the shaping power of the mind extends to how you interpret events. Two people can experience the exact same situation and come away with entirely different perspectives based solely on their mindset. For example, a challenge that one person sees as a setback, another might view as an opportunity for growth. The objective reality is the same, but the subjective interpretation the story the mind tells determines the emotional and behavioral response. This is why some people seem to thrive under adversity while others crumble. It is not the external circumstance, but the internal narrative that makes the difference. This ability of the mind to shape your world is deeply tied to your focus. What you focus on expands both in your awareness and in your reality. If you continually focus on problems, you will find more problems. If you focus on solutions, you will discover pathways to overcome challenges. The mind has a remarkable way of filtering information to align with your dominant thoughts. This filtering process, known as selective attention, ensures that you notice things that confirm your beliefs and overlook things that contradict them. In this way, your mind creates a feedback loop. Your thoughts shape your focus shapes your experiences, and your experiences reinforce your thoughts. Emotions play a critical role in how the mind shapes your world. Every thought you have triggers an emotional response, which in turn influences your actions. Positive thoughts generate emotions like joy, hope, and excitement, which motivate you to take constructive action. Negative thoughts, on the other hand, evoke emotions like fear, anger, or despair, which can paralyze you or lead to destructive behavior. Over time, these patterns of thought and emotion form habits which solidify into the reality you live in. Paul, if you want to change your external circumstances, you must start by changing the thoughts that drive your emotions and actions. And your mind also shapes your world through the power of visualization. When you vividly imagine a desired outcome, your mind treats it as if it is already real. This mental rehearsal primes your brain to act in ways that make the vision a reality. Athletes, performers, and high achievers often use visualization techniques to enhance their performance, seeing themselves succeeding before they even begin. The mind does not distinguish between a vividly imagined scenario and an actual experience, which is why visualization is such a powerful tool for manifesting your goals. However, the mind's ability to shape your world is not limited to creating positive outcomes. Left unchecked, it can also create limitations. Negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, and habitual patterns of fear can construct mental barriers that feel insurmountable. These mental constructs can be so powerful that they affect your physical reality, preventing you from taking risks, pursuing opportunities, or even recognizing your own potential. The mind is like fertile soil. Whatever seed you plant in it, whether weeds or flowers will grow. This is why it is essential to be intentional about the thoughts you cultivate. The people and environments you expose your mind to also play a significant role in shaping your world. Surrounding yourself with negativity, criticism, or toxic influences reinforces limiting patterns of thinking. Conversely, being in the presence of positivity, encouragement, and inspiration fosters a mindset of growth and possibility. The mind absorbs the energy and ideas it is exposed to, much like a sponge. By choosing your influences wisely, you can create an environment that supports the reality you want to build. The shaping power of the mind is not static, it evolves with time and effort. The beliefs and thoughts that served you in one stage of life may become obstacles in another. For example, belief that playing it safe is the best option might protect you during uncertain times, but limit you when growth requires taking risks. To shape your world effectively, you must regularly examine and update your mindset to ensure it aligns with your current goals and aspirations. The mind's ability to shape your world also extends to the realm of relationships. How you perceive and interpret the actions of others greatly influences the quality of your connections. Paul, if your mind is filled with mistrust, you are likely to interpret even neutral actions as threatening or unkind, which can create distance and conflict. On the other hand, a mindset of compassion and understanding fosters deeper, more meaningful relationships. That the way you think about others often determines how they respond to you, creating a cycle of interaction that shapes your social reality. That's one of the most profound ways the mind shapes your world is through the stories you tell yourself. These stories form the narrative of your life, influencing how you see yourself and your place in the world. That if your inner story is one of victimhood, you will approach life feeling powerless and defeated. But if your story is one of resilience and triumph, you will face challenges with courage and determination. The mind's storytelling ability is a double-edged sword. It can either imprison you in a narrative of limitation or free you to create a story of empowerment. The mind's influence extends even to your health and well-being. Research has shown that thoughts and beliefs can have a direct impact on physical health, a phenomenon known as the placebo effect. Because when people believe they are receiving treatment, even if it is inactive, their condition often improves because their mind convinces their body to heal. This demonstrates the profound connection between mental and physical states. Negative thoughts such as chronic stress or anxiety can weaken the immune system and contribute to illness, while positive thoughts can promote healing and vitality. The way your mind shapes your world is also evident in how you approach time and priorities. A mind that is focused and clear can organize tasks effectively, making the most of every moment. It's on the other hand, a scattered, overwhelmed mind creates chaos, leading to missed opportunities and unfulfilled potential. The ability to manage your mental energy is a critical skill for shaping a world that reflects your goals and values. The mind is the architect of your future, the interpreter of your present, and the historian of your past. It constantly processes, evaluates, and reinterprets information to construct a version of reality that feels coherent and meaningful. By taking control of your thoughts, beliefs, and focus, you gain the power to shape a world that aligns with your highest aspirations. That disciplining your mind is one of the most powerful and transformative practices you can undertake. The mind, while an extraordinary tool, is naturally prone to wander, resist, and gravitate toward comfort and ease. Left undisciplined, it can be influenced by distractions, negativity, and fleeting emotions that steer you away from your goals and purpose. To discipline your mind is to take control of your thoughts, align them with your intentions, and train them to serve your higher aspirations rather than be ruled by impulses or external circumstances. At its core, disciplining your mind begins with self-awareness. You must first recognize the patterns and tendencies of your thoughts. The human mind generates countless thoughts daily, many of which are repetitive, unproductive, or even self-sabotaging. These thoughts often stem from fears, insecurities, and past experiences that linger in your subconscious. Without awareness, these mental habits dictate your decisions and behavior, often without your consent. To break free from this cycle, you must learn to observe your thoughts objectively without judgment. That this observation creates a space where you can choose which thought to engage with and which to let go of. Disciplining your mind also requires consistency and intentionality. The process is not a one-time effort, but an ongoing commitment. Just as a muscle needs regular exercise to grow stronger, the mind needs regular training to develop discipline. This involves practicing mental control in both small, everyday situations and larger, more significant challenges. For instance, when faced with a task you would rather avoid, disciplining your mind means silencing the excuses and focusing on the reasons why the task is important. It means pushing through discomfort, procrastination, or distractions to stay aligned with your priorities. So one of the most effective ways to discipline your mind is by developing a strong sense of purpose. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to direct your thoughts and actions toward that goal. Purpose acts as an anchor, keeping you grounded and focused even when faced with obstacles or temptations. It provides the motivation to persist, the clarity to make tough decisions, and the resilience to overcome setbacks. Because without purpose, the mind is more susceptible to wandering aimlessly or being swayed by trivial concerns. Another essential aspect of disciplining your mind is learning to control your emotions. While emotions are a natural and important part of the human experience, they can sometimes cloud judgment or lead to impulsive actions when left unchecked. Discipline does not mean suppressing emotions, but rather managing them effectively. It means acknowledging your feelings without letting them dictate your actions. For example, when anger arises, disciplining your mind involves pausing to reflect on the best course of action rather than reacting impulsively. When fear arises, it involves challenging the assumptions behind the fear and choosing courage over avoidance. Focus is a cornerstone of mental discipline. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to concentrate on what truly matters is a rare and valuable skill. Discipline your mind means training it to resist the pull of interruptions, whether they come from external sources like notifications and noise or internal sources like wandering thoughts and daydreams. But it means directing your attention fully to the task at hand, whether it is working on a project, listening to someone, or simply being present in the moment. This level of focus not only enhances productivity, but also deepens the quality of your experiences. To discipline your mind, you must also learn to delay gratification. The human mind is naturally inclined to seek pleasure and avoid discomfort, often favoring short-term rewards over long-term benefits. However, true growth and success often require sacrifice and perseverance. Disciplining your mind means developing the ability to say no to immediate temptations in favor of greater rewards down the line. And it means choosing the harder but more rewarding path, whether that involves sticking to a healthy routine, dedicating time to learning a new skill, or working diligently toward a goal despite setbacks. A key part of disciplining your mind is cultivating positive and constructive thoughts. The quality of your thoughts directly influences the quality of your life. Negative, self-defeating thoughts can drain your energy, lower your confidence, and limit your potential. In contrast, positive and empowering thoughts can inspire action, build resilience, and attract opportunities. Disciplining your mind means consciously choosing to focus on what uplifts and motivates you rather than dwelling on doubts or fears. It means reframing challenges as opportunities for growth and setbacks as lessons to be learned. Patience is another crucial element of mental discipline. In a fast-paced world that often values instant results, the ability to wait, endure, and persevere is a mark of true strength. Disciplining your mind means resisting the urge to give up when progress seems slow or success feels out of reach. It involves trusting the process and maintaining faith in your efforts, even when immediate results are not visible. This patience not only helps you achieve long-term goals, but also fosters a sense of inner peace and stability. Our self-talk is a powerful tool for disciplining your mind. The words you speak to yourself shape your mindset and influence your actions. By practicing positive self-talk, you can reinforce your goals, boost your confidence, and stay focused on your intentions. For example, instead of saying, I can't do this, discipline, self-talk would reframe it as, this is challenging, but I have the strength to overcome it over time. These affirmations become ingrained in your subconscious, creating a mental environment that supports discipline and growth. Gratitude is another practice that helps discipline the mind. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you train your mind to look for the good in every situation. This shift in perspective reduces negativity and fosters a sense of abundance and contentment. Gratitude also helps you stay grounded and motivated as it reminds you of the progress you have made and the resources you have at your disposal. By regularly practicing gratitude, you strengthen your mental discipline and enhance your overall well-being. Disciplining your mind also involves setting boundaries. This means protecting your mental space from influences that drain your energy or distract you from your purpose. It involves saying no to unnecessary commitments, avoiding toxic environments, and limiting exposure to negativity. By setting clear boundaries, you create a mental environment that supports focus, clarity, and growth. These boundaries help you conserve your energy and direct it toward what truly matters. Discipline requires persistence and resilience. There will be times when you face setbacks, make mistakes, or feel tempted to abandon your goals. During these moments, disciplining your mind means refusing to give in to discouragement or complacency. It means learning from failures, adjusting your approach, and continuing to move forward. This resilience builds mental toughness, which is essential for navigating life's challenges and achieving success. Got to discipline your mind, you must also embrace the power of routine and structure. Consistent habits and routines provide a framework for mental discipline, reducing the need for constant decision-making, minimizing distractions. Whether it's a morning ritual or dedicated time for reflection or a structured approach to work, these routines help anchor your focus and reinforce your intentions. Over time, they become automatic, making discipline a natural part of your daily life. Lastly, disciplining your mind involves recognizing and embracing your own power. It is about understanding that you are not a victim of your thoughts or circumstance, but the master of your own mental landscape. When you take responsibility for your mindset, you reclaim your ability to shape your life according to your values and aspirations. This empowerment fuels the determination to maintain discipline, even when the journey is challenging. It reminds you that the effort you invest in mastering your mind is ultimately an investment in your highest potential. The battlefield of the mind is where the most critical struggles of life occur. It is an arena invisible to the eye, yet powerful enough to dictate the course of your actions, relationships, and destiny. Every day your mind is a battle of conflicting thoughts, emotions, and desires. On one side, there is the call to rise to your highest potential, to pursue your goals, and to embrace positivity and growth. And on the other side, there are fears, doubts, and distractions that seek to hold you back. This inner conflict is constant, relentless, and deeply influential. Understanding this battlefield and learning how to navigate it is essential to living a life of purpose and fulfillment. The mind is both your greatest ally and your most formidable adversary. It has the power to build you up or tear you down, depending on how you manage it. Thoughts are the weapons in this battle, and they can be either constructive or destructive. Positive thoughts serve as tools to motivate, inspire, and guide you towards success, while negative thoughts act as barriers that discourage, undermine, and create self-doubt. The challenge lies in recognizing which thoughts to nurture and which to reject. For what you allow to dominate your mind ultimately shapes your reality. The battlefield of the mind is not confined to major life decisions. It manifests in the small, everyday choices that accumulate over time to define your character and direction. It might be the decision to get out of bed and work towards your dreams instead of succumbing to procrastination. It could be the choice to forgive someone rather than harbor resentment, or the effort to remain focused in the face of distractions. Each of these moments represents a skirmish in a larger battle, and the outcomes of these skirmishes collectively determine whether you are winning or losing the war within. The root of the conflict in the mind often lies in the stories you tell yourself. These narratives are shaped by your past experiences, beliefs, and perceptions. But if the stories you tell yourself are empowering, they will propel you forward, giving you the courage to take risks and embrace challenges. If the stories are filled with self-doubt, fear, or negativity, they will hold you back, convincing you that success is out of reach. The battlefield of the mind is where you must challenge these narratives, questioning their validity and rewriting them to align with the truth of your potential. Perhaps one of the greatest struggles on the battlefield of the mind is overcoming fear. Fear is a powerful and primal emotion that can paralyze you, convincing you to stay in your comfort zone rather than venture into the unknown. Whether it is the fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown, this emotion can create mental barriers that seem insurmountable. However, fear is often based on assumptions rather than reality. By confronting it head-on and analyzing its source, you can disarm its power and reclaim control over your thoughts and actions. Doubt is another formidable opponent in the battlefield of the mind. It creeps in when you least expect it, whispering questions about your abilities, worth, and potential. Left unchecked, doubt can erode your confidence and prevent you from pursuing opportunities. The antidote to doubt is faith, not blind faith, but a deep-seated belief in your capacity to grow, learn, and overcome challenges. Faith in yourself and in your purpose acts as a shield, protecting you from the corrosive effects of doubt and keeping you focused on your goals. The mind is also a battlefield for emotions. Anger, jealousy, frustration, and sadness are natural feelings, but if they dominate your thoughts, they can cloud your judgment and lead to destructive behavior. Then on the other hand, emotions like joy, gratitude, and hope can fuel positive action and enhance your sense of well-being. The key is not to suppress your emotions, but to manage them wisely, using them as indicators and motivators rather than allowing them to control you. On the battlefield of the mind, emotional mastery is a skill that can turn the tide in your favor. Thought distractions are another challenge that frequently arise in the battlefield of the mind. In today's fast-paced world, it is easy to lose focus and become overwhelmed by external stimuli, from notifications to endless streams of information. These distractions pull your attention away from what truly matters, diluting your efforts and hindering your progress. Winning the battle against distractions requires clarity of purpose and the ability to prioritize your time and energy. It involves setting boundaries, eliminating unnecessary interruptions, and cultivating the discipline to remain focused on your goals. Negative self-talk is one of the most insidious enemies on the battlefield of the mind. The internal dialogue you have with yourself can either uplift you or tear you down. Phrases like "I'm not good enough" or "I'll never succeed" can become self-fulfilling prophecies if repeated often enough. To counteract this, you must replace negative self-talk with affirmations that reflect your strengths, achievements, and aspirations. By consciously choosing words of encouragement and empowerment, you can shift the tone of your inner dialogue and create a mental environment that supports growth and success. The battlefield of the mind is also where you contend with the expectations and opinions of others. Society, culture, and even loved ones can impose beliefs and standards that may not align with your authentic self. Navigating this aspect of the mental battlefield requires a strong sense of identity and the courage to stay true to your values and purpose. It means filtering out voices that do not serve you and listening to the quiet, steady voice of your intuition and inner wisdom. Perhaps one of the most powerful tools for navigating the battlefield of the mind is mindfulness. By cultivating awareness of your thoughts and feelings, you can gain a clearer understanding of the patterns that influence your behavior. Mindfulness allows you to observe your mental landscape without judgment, creating a space where you can make conscious choice rather than reacting automatically. This practice enhances your ability to respond to challenges with clarity and composure, giving you a significant advantage in the ongoing struggle within. On the battlefield of the mind, persistence is key. There will be times when you falter, moments when negative thoughts or emotions seem overwhelming. In these instances, it is crucial to remember that every battle is an opportunity to learn and grow. Facts are not failures, but lessons that prepare you for future challenges. By remaining steadfast and resilient, you can continue to make progress even when the journey feels difficult. Ultimately, the battlefield of the mind is not a place of despair, but one of immense possibility. It is where you have the power to shape your thoughts, beliefs, and actions in alignment with your highest aspirations. The conflicts you face within are not merely obstacles to be overcome, but opportunities to strengthen your character, refine your purpose, and discover the depths of your potential. Each victory, no matter how small, brings you closer to living a life that reflects your true self and fulfills your deepest goals.